So what you mean is I'm ready, but if you ask me if you try and tell me to get ready, I'm not ready.
I'm ready in like the biblical sense, you know?
Oh, really? What's the biblical sense? How
Like
did God describe being ready as?
like
I'm ready.
when you,
Go on.
God, when you need me, I'll be ready, but like you still gotta give me the whole proper time.
Jesus Christ. You're unbelievable.
What are my headphones actually?
Didn't the man, the myth, legend say 6:30?
Maybe I wasn't
Oh
really
no, he
reading.
said 6. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Where the fuck's my box? Julia threw my box in? No. Alright. Fucking women, right?
Jesus Christ. And your fucking notifications are on. You're the fucking worst tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was working with a racist.
You should have. Let's be honest. You should have.
Anyway, alright, here we go.
So, in Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, there's like a mode for just interacting with the Pokemon. I never knew something I always wanted was the ability to just like pet an Eevee whenever I wanted to.
Who would like that shit?
This Pokemon is fucking adorable. All right, it's a cross between a cat and a dog in the best way. Pikachu can suck a nut. I don't need him.
I thought it was supposed to be like a squirrel.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I can't move. Oh, yeah, I can. He's muted though. How about now? John, say something.
John boy. Grab water.
I might need to give him settings. Hey, I want to turn John temporarily to Carlos. Johnny boy, say something.
Can you hear me?
I can. It's so long
Hey!
since I heard that voice. What's it been like half a year, you fucking lazy prick?
It's my laziness.
Yeah, it's not because you work ridiculous hours.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You're gonna regret that. It's not Happy New Year.
It was.
So I got a special video for you guys.
Okay.
Sounds like porn.
It's worse.
Do I need to open Parsec?
You don't need to open anything.
Okay, that sounds even more
It
adventurous.
is.
I don't have that stuff.
It's story time today, which is not good. It's
For who?
you guys are gonna listen while I read.
Oh,
Jesus.
fun.
At first you're like, that sounds terrible, and then you'll realize what I'm reading. First of all,
Okay.
I have one rule. When you hear what I'm going to read to you, you are not allowed to go look up this article.
All right.
Because I need you to only hear it. And I need you
Okay.
to listen intently, Carlos, not be on your fucking phone the entire time.
Whoa.
Thank you very much for recognizing me as the attentive one.
Yes. It's not so much that you're the attentive one, it's that he's the inattentive one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, first off, I gotta sync the audio. Oh, I guess I don't have to sync the audio. Tell me you're ready.
I'm ready. How do I sound?
I'm
and
ready.
Everything.
You
You
sound,
sound great.
amazing. You sound
Oh,
like a
Thank you
champion.
very much. You guys do too.
You sound like someone who's definitely banged a dude in Europe when his girlfriend watched.
What?
Hell
What?
yeah.
That's a different story. We'll get.
I don't know if this is a joke. I have no idea what this is.
At this point, neither do I. So, all
right, good.
We're on equal ground.
It's like that Blurred Lines song for me and Red.
All right, so this is from the Red Pill subreddit.
Oh yeah.
So we're off to a good start.
Oh yeah, so you know it's good.
First of all, I do not condone anyone going to the subreddit. If you agree with what I'm about to read to you, don't.
Get help.
Get help. Go see a therapist.
Please subscribe to
read
this
some-
type of thing. Yeah.
Read some liberal propaganda.
Join the blue pill.
We're going to be reading How to Get Laid Like a Warlord, 37 Rules of Approaching Model Tier Girls.
Oh
We're gonna tell people how to pick up women, guys, from the Red Pill. What could
That
go
was a
wrong
good
here?
sound effect, though.
that was my soul leaving my body.
Like a warlord.
Like a warlord.
You know,
So like raping and pillaging.
yeah, that is kind of what they did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This sounds illegal.
it's all right. So so there are 37 rules. I'm gonna read a little bit of the beginning, and then I want you guys feel free to jump in, and I'll tell you when I need. Just let me get through each rule when I do it. That's my only request.
One at
Say
a
it-
time, or you're doing all 37?
Oh, we're doing one at a time.
Okay.
So
Jesus, 37 rules.
here's some background. A complete guide to picking up 9s and 10s. Today I want to tell you everything I know about getting the highest caliber girls from Cold Approach. This guide will cover frame control, inner game, and passing tests, which I
Wait.
consider to be the holy trinity of 9 and 10 game. Are you lost already?
Yeah.
I don't-
Go over the
I'm gonna tell you
categories
this.
again.
I'm not fucking rereading this shit because he repeats himself enough where it's like it's
Okay,
gonna happen.
alright.
You're gonna get.
Okay.
We'll pick up on it.
This guide will not cover body language, pulling, or handling logistics. Obviously, the latter are extremely important, but they've been adequately covered elsewhere, and there
No
just isn't space-
logistics.
and there just isn't space to include them here. And he is right because we're in for a fucking long one.
Oh God.
My background: picked on in school, small and sickly, didn't have a girlfriend until 18, was dumped by her, and spent the first 2 years of college pretty much celibate. Got into red pill ideas through the old Citizen Renegade blog, which is now Heart Iste. From there, stumbled on RSD's infield videos. Started going out approaching regularly, approaching anxiety and ceaseless rejection for months, but I kept at it. The odd success here and there. After about 2 years, I was fucking a new girl every fortnight or so. Mostly 7 and 8s with the occasional turbo when fortune smiled on me. My current girlfriend is a
God.
9. My current girlfriend is a 9, has done modeling, etc.
She totally exists.
Etc. I want to see a picture of this guy.
Yeah.
Below
Yeah.
is everything I know about getting the hottest women from Cold Approach pickup. This is specially engineered spelled wrong, for getting 9s and 10s and dealing with the kind of bullshit these girls will inevitably give you. If you're more into sleeping with tons of 7s, and there's nothing wrong with that, this might be overkill.
Yeah. That sounds like that.
When I was single, I was personally one of those guys who would rather fuck half a dozen 9 and 10s in a year than 50 mid-range girls, so my whole approach to game is based on optimizing for that. Yeah, okay. Take it for what it is. I'm not saying my approach is better. This is just how I roll, based on my preferences. This is a long post. You may want to bookmark it and return to it later if you're particularly concerned with getting the hottest girls. There's a
Yes,
lot of
please.
subtle points in here that won't be immediately clear on first reading. I'm going to tell you this, as someone who's read this. There's not a single fucking subtlety in this goddamn post. And
I'm
you'll
just-
understand quickly. How are you feeling?
What's your success rate with since
Yeah.
you got it so far? Like, how have you been doing with this material, Nick?
This is irrelevant, but
are you being,
since
9s
reading
and
this
10s?
since reading this post, I haven't struck out, so I don't know how to. I don't. Maybe
Yeah.
it does work.
Maybe
and
it
then
does.
and then I just did the opposite.
Maybe you're a
Its
warlord.
greatest
Maybe I am a
success story.
warlord. All right, you guys ready? Fucking saddle in.
Mhm.
Part 1, the attraction process. So this is rule number 1 in part 1. So 1-1. There are 37 of
God.
these. Get fucking ready. Women are attracted to you because you have a stronger frame than they do. That's all. There's nothing else to it. Attraction is purely a function of the fact that 1, you're a man. 2, you have a stronger frame than the girl. As a man, you naturally have a strong frame of reality, whereas women don't. Therefore, they value that. Having a strong frame is a result of high testosterone levels. That's one.
Kenzie's
Okay.
gonna love that.
How are we feeling so far?
Yeah, I feel like
You don't.
Oh.
You feel like you may have stumbled into something you wish you didn't.
we're starting off at such like a wrong projection. Like,
And there are 36 more.
Yeah,
points
like-
based on that foundation.
it's like if someone was like, "All right, so the baseline of this equation is 2 + 2 = 5," and you're just like, "Dog, we can't build a house on 2 + 2 = 5."
We can't continue. You're already wrong. All
But
right.
continue. Point 2.
Women would rather fuck an ugly guy with a strong frame than a handsome guy with a weak one.
This is true.
Hold on.
Oh.
Keep the comments to the end of it, please. This is my only request. Otherwise, we will be here for hours.
Yeah.
Evolution has designed women to be very flexible in terms of who they'll become attracted to. Women would rather fuck an ugly guy with a strong frame i.e. a natural leader, than a handsome guy with a weak frame, cowardice, uncertainty. That's because women who choose to fuck the latter ultimately had their genes rooted out of existence by the brutal conditions of ancestral life. In consequence, women are now very adaptable. They have the capacity to be attracted to almost any man, so long as his frame is stronger than hers.
What?
Oh,
That's not how any of this works.
a natural leader. I just love this guy.
All right,
Wow.
number 3. And again,
He's getting close to that rape line. It's
Number-
literally
Yeah, yeah.
he's getting dangerously
number
close.
3, and please keep comments till the end of this one. A girl can only get horny for you if you have a stronger frame than her. Think of this like a mathematical equation. There's no getting around it, no cheating it, no short-circuiting it. It is an immutable law. Women want to submit to you. They want to submit to a strong man, but she can't submit to you if your frame is weaker than hers. Physiologically, girls can't even become wet for a guy who has a weaker frame than they do. It's literally impossible.
Counterpoint. Lesbians.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I will just
Please.
counterpoint. Here's my point. No. That's it. End of argument. No.
Yeah.
But like, he's really upset about
Agreed.
this frame thing. He's like, you got to be hitting the gym.
Oh my god, if you think so first of all, I don't know if frame is like a state of mind or a physical thing because he goes
I
back and
can't tell
forth on
either.
both of them. So, and don't
I'm
get me wrong,
thinking-
and get ready. You're gonna hear frame a fucking lot. So it's not
Jesus.
even a little bit.
Because I mean, like, if you're 5'5", it sounds like, oh, you just gotta get wider, my dude.
I think he does say at some point he's like 5'6".
Oh, so we're already being like low key height supremacists with that
Yeah,
shit. If you're
pretty much. Hold on.
Does he like challenge every girl to an arm wrestling contest or something to make sure he's
all I'm going to say
physically?
is let me keep reading. All of these
He's gotta
answers
be like
and
7 foot.
more, and more questions will be raised. Number 4. Be a man, act like you have answers, which is apparently a quote from Bill Burr.
no,
What
that
is this-
sounds right.
What is a strong frame? Fundamentally, it's a sense of certainty in everything you do. This
What?
certainty manifests itself as the calmness in the face of social pressure. Simply put, in a cold approach pickup, the woman becomes attracted to you because you're more relaxed than she is. That's all. That might seem strange, but it's actually not. The very fact that you approach the girl at all demonstrates a massive amount of confidence and social value, either real or potential. So once you approach the girl and got her into a conversation, the game is yours to lose. She'll inevitably become attracted to you because you're a man and because you have a stronger frame than she does.
Does this person
Jesus.
engage in conversations with women outside of trying to have sex with them?
What? Like women are people? That's what the fucking feminists want you to think.
So
All right,
Ugh.
let's plug along. Number 5, relax. You will approach women. You will make mistakes. That's fine. Women don't want you to be perfect. They only want you to be a man. You are not physically perfect. Neither am I. Neither is anyone. Women are not looking for perfection. They're only looking for a man who has a stronger psychological frame than they do. So apparently a psychological and physiological frame are different. And fortunately for
Okay.
you already have a naturally strong frame than women. An example of this is how women will freak out over spiders or mice, jump up and down, scream, and so on.
Excuse me.
Whereas a man will calmly deal with the situation without it breaking his frame. Carlos, this is true, right? You've never freaked out over a spider.
Yo, I've freaked out over spider and mice. I don't give a fuck. My frame is
We
solid.
have a recording of you freaking out over mice. Oh my god, that's right.
That's just scary. They got diseases and shit.
Get your fucking frame up, Carlos. Obviously, you're not going to bag women.
Apparently.
Right.
Number 6. She tests your frame to test your masculinity. The two are the exact same thing. Women are attracted to masculinity, and masculinity can be defined as a measure of how much pressure a man can endure without it breaking his frame. When you approach a hot woman, she immediately starts trying to break down your frame. She's testing it for strength. If your frame crumbles in the face of her frame, she knows you're not a man, because men have a stronger frame than women. Fortunately, your frame will not crumble. A girl's frame will always buckle under yours after you pass several of her tests. It's instinctual. Women want to be with a strong man. When she sees you have a strong frame, she starts getting wet. We're at number 6, and there's already a bit of a repetition here.
Yeah, he's really into
Interesting.
getting
And he's
girls
going,
wet.
and he's going to go all the way to 37, apparently.
Oh God, I'm buckled in.
Yeah, I'm like. All right, yeah, continue.
Number
Yeah,
7.
let's. All right.
Listen, smile, nod, agree, then do what the fuck you were going to do anyway, which apparently is a quote from Robert Downey Jr. Women test me all the time. Women have said things to me that are totally brutal, calling me ugly, too short, a loser, etc. Most of the women
So
I
he's
approach,
definitely 5'7".
most of the women I approach will make a weird face.
5'7".
Most of the women I approach will make a weird face or pretend to ignore me for the first 10 to 20 seconds. It doesn't penetrate. I'll say. It doesn't cause any emotional reaction whatsoever inside me. I smile, nod, agree, and then keep talking to her as if she's being nice to me. Eventually she starts responding, then she starts laughing, and then we have sex. A woman's frame will always buckle under yours. It's not a question of if, but when.
A word to you short boys out there, you can do just fine and like not have to come up with a Bible for picking up women.
You can just be nice. Being nice.
Counterpoint. You could just be 6'2". It helps.
That's true.
Go to the gym, work out.
Get taller. Stretch yourself. Number 8. Chasing hot girls gives you a charge. When you're first getting into game, it's fine to only approach 5s and 6. Many of these girls will be super nice to you, and that's cool. A lot of them are fantastic in bed. But once you start to get some experience, you're naturally going to want to move up the ladder and start laying 8s, 9s, and 10s. This is a natural instinct, and it's good. It's okay to chase girls just because they're hot. These girls want you to chase them. If you didn't, they wouldn't make themselves hot. Part of being a man is that you can appreciate a woman's beauty and femininity. It gives you a charge, and pursuing women who are out of your league by society's false standards also gives you a charge.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel gross yet?
Already.
That's okay.
What like the whole they make themselves hot like
No is the answer. Again, a lot of these like you don't even need to argue. It's just no. You're wrong.
It's also
So wrong it's not even worth addressing.
Like you can tell like a lot of these red pill people like they grew up with their like nerdy stuff, their video games, their anime, whatever, because he has like language about like building up your charge and like getting to a new power level and all this stuff, and it's like
he's gonna charge up like a Super Saiyan. That's how this ends.
Gamifying having sex. It's so weird.
I mean, he
And
literally
it
calls
doesn't
game.
it doesn't sound pleasurable.
I mean, he got off. What else matters?
But like it's just
Well, yeah,
no, I agree. At this point, just jerk off. Like what? That's not like
no one's judging you though, bro.
like
I have some outside sources, but I'll let you. And then yeah, next point.
Number 9. Seducing a 9 is no different from seducing a 5. The process of attraction is exactly the same. The only difference is that the hot girl's frame is stronger than the chubby girl's. But ultimately, no matter how strong a hottie's frame is, your frame will always be stronger because you're a man. I like that a 5 is just automatically goes to she's chubby. Couldn't be that there's anything else going on. It's just like this is the epitome of what makes a girl attractive. How thin is she?
Yeah.
So now that you're dating a 2D dimensional girl, like
That's the goal, a 2D girl from your anime.
Paper thin.
Number 10. Women will test you brutally when they want to sleep with you. When you approach any hot girl, she'll test your frame hard to see if it's strong. She'll act like a bitch. She'll pretend to ignore you. She'll tell you outright to go away. She wants to see if you'll buckle to social pressure, or if your frame will remain calm and consistent, regardless of external feedback. She actually wants to sleep with you, but she needs to test your strength first.
What?
Don't be fooled by the
culture.
Don't be fooled by the bitch persona for a second. It's a carefully cultivated test. Most men fail to test because they don't even realize they're being tested.
this dude makes getting sex sound like a dungeon. Like she's locking you in the dungeon.
It
and
goes
you
back
are to survive.
It goes back to John's point.
Yeah.
The gamifying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Also,
like-
like if
like
a
they're
girl's
not
telling
real.
you to fuck off, like just probably leave her alone. Like, yeah.
Why would you want to talk to someone who doesn't want to talk to you? I don't
Well-
understand that.
Yeah, it's all about getting in that hole.
Ooh.
Number 11. Fight Club analogy. So
Oh,
you
great.
know this is
They love Fight Club. They love Fight Club.
I have to get through this.
Okay.
Getting a hot woman to bed is like the hazing scene in Fight Club where the new recruits are lined up outside the door. Tyler berates the recruits. Tyler, they're on a first name basis. Berates the recruits with personal insults. Too old, go away. Too fat, go away. He forces them to stand outside for days. He tells them there's no possibility they're getting in. Most give up, but the few who stay are ultimately invited inside. Seducing the hottest women is the same. It's a war of attrition. Women will fuck pretty much any guy who's around at the end of the night, so long as he has a stronger frame than she does. But you have to stick around. You can't leave when she insults you, or actually she doesn't want to talk to you. If you do, you're failing her tests. We'll get into the mechanics of passing these tests in a moment. First, we need to talk about inner game, which is the basing of outframing anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, the war of attrition thing isn't. It's wrong, but it's not completely wrong in the sense that if you hang around while a bar is closing, there's gonna be someone who's like, "I just need some dick tonight." Granted, if you want to be the guy who drops some dick off, sure, why not? But also, like, the consent got to be clear and obvious.
Like that's the main thing I keep.
Consent? What is that?
He's like, if
I don't understand. That's not in the list.
Oh God.
All right. Hey, guess
On
what?
to the next. What?
Guess what? Part 2, Inner
Electric
Game.
Boogaloo.
You haven't even seen that movie, and you make that joke constantly.
I will never see that movie.
It came out 8 months after the other one. All right. Number 12. The battle is won or lost inside you before it's ever fought. Again, a point to John's point, which is...
This is very anime. Like,
yeah. He's the protagonist, sharing his wisdom.
Yeah.
Kyrie's heart's inside me.
We've said that the only way to arouse a woman to the point she wants to sleep with you off cold approach is to pass her tests. How do you pass these tests? The first principle is to understand is that all these tests are frame tests. The entire purpose of tests is to see if you have a strong frame that won't buckle under pressure. Therefore, it's useless to begin with talking about how to pass tests. The real value is having a strong frame to begin with. As Sun Tzu says in Art of War, every battle is won or lost before it's ever fought.
There we go.
Oh.
Foreplay is actually the best way of getting her wet.
Anyone else super tired? It's just me. It's just to feel like
I'm thinking like while he's making this list, right, and he's patting himself on the back.
Or jerking himself.
Yeah.
Even worse, is he like realizing this is all redundant?
No. Do you think he proofread this? Absolutely not. He hit spell check, just went auto, and then.
But like all pickup artists like say the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And even they're like, this doesn't work all the time. So I'm like, why am I listening if this doesn't work all the time?
Number 13. The I am enough frame equals the gold dust that gets you 9s and 10s. Which is a whole fucking thing. The basis of your inner game is the idea that you are enough. In other words, you have to value women simply because you're a man. You have value to women simply because you're a man. Everything else is built upon that foundation. You don't have to do anything to attract a girl. She's attracted to you simply because you're more relaxed than she is. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to improve your game beyond what it's at now. You don't need to become better looking. You can do all these things if you want, and they will help you. But you don't have to. You're already good enough simply because you're a man. Because you've got testosterone and a dick. Women value that.
The dentist system is more thought out than this.
And it's succinct, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he boiled it down to the essentials. And this is just like, this guy's jacking himself off to his list. He just loves it.
You're going to love this next one. Number 14. Men and women are meant to get together. We fit together like a key in a lock. There have been studies done in which women smell men's sweaty t-shirts, and it changes the chemistry of their brain, making them more relaxed and calm. Your maleness is inherently attractive to women, same way their femininity is inherently attractive to you. So, yeah.
The smell thing is true.
Being gay is a choice. Is what he's
yeah,
trying
that's
to
what
say.
I was. He's leaving out all of that.
He's got extreme tunnel
model.
vision.
Scientific model.
15.
Oh boy. Number 15. Standards are a myth. Everyone is a horny scoundrel. We've been brainwashed in our culture into believing that people, parentheses, women, have something called standards. Women don't have any standards. Not really. Neither do men. Imagine you're naked in a bed with a 4. She's kind of chubby, plain face. You probably wouldn't be proud of the lay. Whatever. But her skin's soft, she smells good, and she's naked and wet. Are you going to say no? Probably not, if we're being honest with each other. You'd almost definitely fuck her if you could be certain that A, she'd leave afterwards, and B, no one would find out. There's a natural magnetism between men and women. We have no willpower around each other. Women are the same way. Take it from someone who's shot out of his league too many times to count. If by shut out of his league he means jerking off in the parking lot of a baseball stadium, then I believe it.
Yeah. Was that the end of 15?
What is the hate? The hate of plus size women and also plain face like.
This is
okay.
the entire Red Pill subreddit, by the way. They hate fucking women, but they hate women, but they really want to have sex with them.
People try and trick themselves like, no, it's not. I don't hate women. I just don't. I barely view them as people. Like people who go on that subreddit, it's just I don't know. And in parentheses, after people,
Women.
like they're
Like they're
also
an
people.
afterthought. Number 16. Be her cheat meal. If you can be a 4 and she can be a 9, if the circumstance is right, she'll fuck you so long as there's no downside. Why? Because sex feels good. Even the hottest, slimmest yoga bunny pigs out on pizza every once in a while. It's human nature. We're not strong. We're weak. We pretend to have standards to the outside world, but deep down inside, no one has any standards. And we know it. We have no will, no self-control. Hot women are the same. If you can hold frame, pass a woman's test, and lead her somewhere sexy and happen while creating plausible deniability, she will fuck you. You'd be amazed at how easy it is when you get it down.
Jesus. The plausible deniability. I need to unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I think he has some confidence issues.
Why are you having sex with people you don't want to have sex with?
Who don't want to have sex with you.
Who want to deny having had sex with you?
Yeah.
It's like the entire embodiment of it doesn't matter at sex. Like, no, it does matter. There are things that matter here. Oh, boy. 17. Stop thinking you need to be an alpha to get hot girls. Helpful at first, but will ultimately stress you out. Your frame is, I am enough. Your frame is not, I'm a badass alpha who's better than everyone. I mean, judging from this post, the way this post is written, I don't know how true that is.
If everyone's an alpha.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
That's hard to uphold in the face of conflicting evidence and will cause cognitive dissonance and stress. It's simply, women and men are meant to get together. I'm a man, therefore women are already attracted to me on some baseline level. That's not a hard frame to maintain. It doesn't stretch the truth. It doesn't stretch the truth. It doesn't cause cognitive dissonance, and therefore it's much more resilient in the face of tests and resistance, which is the most critical element to getting the hottest girls. Number 18. Cultivate a reality distortion field.
Oh, healthy. This sounds healthy.
Love that.
In order to do this, you must fully internalize the I am enough belief system. Understanding it in theory isn't enough. You have to feel it in your whole mass. You have to believe it with total, unquestioning, brainwashed conviction. The more you think the idea that there's no reason you're not enough, the more it will feel true. Things become true to us through repetition, not through logic. Use self-hypnosis if necessary. Find every reason you can to support the belief that you're enough while cultivating deliberate blindness to everything that contradicts it. Don't be a slave to logic. Make logic a slave to you. This is how you cultivate a reality distortion field.
Okay, Logic's not that good of a rapper, so I don't know why he keeps bringing him up.
Shut the fuck up.
But internalizing all that toxic masculinity, this is like, here's how to make a school shooter like recipe. That's what
Here's
that's
how to make a school shooter try to rape someone first.
Yeah, that. Good lord.
Some of that stuff like I'm enough, that can be a good message if it's not like I'm enough that every woman automatically owes me sex.
Yeah, and like, I shouldn't listen to criticism. Like, you should look to improve yourself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna level with you guys. If you don't bathe and you smell like shit and you're kind of greasy, then maybe you're not enough. Maybe make a fucking effort. Make the basest of human efforts, and then guess what? You are enough. Just be a person.
Yeah.
But also learn to take rejection when someone's like, "Oh, I'm not.
Well, that's
no,
so
thank
important.
you," and then you can just be like, "All right, well, sorry, didn't mean to bother you."
Right, like the school shooter thing is like, yeah, you're gonna snap. Like if you are trying to do this reality distortion field thing where you only have positive reinforcement of like I'm this alpha dude, I get to have sex with whoever, and then like you get rejected too hard, you're gonna like snap.
This is how women end up dead too.
Yeah.
All right, guess what though? Part 3: How to make women horny by passing their tests.
Jesus. Once you completed the dungeon.
Let me grab a pen and paper here.
The good news is we're over halfway through.
Good.
Number 19. Enduring tests equals building attraction. When you approach a woman, she immediately starts testing you. By passing her tests, you demonstrate your frame is stronger than hers. This makes her horny for you. Women are wired in such a way that they can't become wet for a man unless he's overcome some kind of resistance to get her. Hence, tests actually help you to seduce her. You want her to test you. The more tests you endure, the faster she'll sleep with you. When a girl is so into you that she doesn't test you, this is how you end up on a third date with a woman who still won't put out. Tests are your friend. Here's a...
Okay, there's a lot.
I'll tackle that last part. There's no timetable for sex. I mean, when you're both comfortable, you're both comfortable. Don't they don't owe you anything, you fucking monster.
Yeah, the timeline thing is important.
But also, y'all motherfuckers need to stop playing Persona and go talk to some women. What the fuck?
I like that half of that was like repeated elsewhere.
Like, yeah.
Once you pass your test, like, what? Did you get an achievement unlocked? It's like, you passed your test. Don't fuck me. Like, no. Also, she doesn't want to have
S-Link went to level 10.
Yeah. Talk to a woman without going into it thinking like, how am I gonna have sex with her?
Talk to a woman. It's like, hey, I wonder what this fellow person's like.
Yeah. You might be surprised.
Number 20. Passing tests is where all attraction is ultimately generated. Attraction is not generated by pickup lines and witty comebacks. Attraction is not generated by manipulation techniques. Attraction is not generated by looks or money. All of these things will increase your probabilities of getting laid and make your game smoother and more streamlined, but they're not what builds attraction. The one and only thing that builds attraction is enduring a woman's tests. The reason for this is obvious when you think about it. There's a lot of unnecessary capitalized italics and quotations, and I think he's just like wantonly switching between the three of them. So,
I just like that he at no point has so far brought up how to hold a conversation with someone.
No, you don't need to have a conversation with someone. What are you talking about?
How do you withstand someone's test? What is a test? He didn't even
just go, huh? Yeah.
Did it. Nailed it.
You see that movie? Anyway, continue.
Man, I fucking love Justice League. It was such a good movie. People like this would like Justice League. And now there's going to be one comment. It's like, hey, I like Justice League. And I'll be like, well, you're a red pillar. Sorry to break this to you.
Good lord.
21. Enduring her tests equals ability to overcome adversary equals good genes. Women have to see you have a strong frame, because otherwise they have no confidence that you'll be able to protect them and remain calm in the face of danger. And the only way you can figure out if they have a strong frame is by testing you, being bitchy, insulting you, brushing you off, ignoring you, etc. This might seem unfair to you, but if you can't handle the abuse from some blonde chick in a bar, how the fuck are you going to handle beating a 7-foot-tall man to death with your bare hands when he and his tribe invade your village and try to gang rape your girl? Think about it.
What? That escalated. Holy shit.
Hey, Carlos, buddy, how you doing?
Is it too late to unplug the internet? Is it just too late?
I agree. It was a mistake.
The internet was a mistake. Should have never given you people any ability to communicate with others. It has only made things worse.
It really has.
Lord. These people need therapy. They legitimately...
I need to remind you, Carlos, that when I start reading this next one, I need you to hold your comments till the end. Okay?
Oh, is this about to get mad racist? This sounds about to get mad racist.
Carlos and John, both of you, need to hold your comments. 22. Women aren't built for Starbucks. They're built for the African savannah. Women aren't built for the modern world. They're built for nature, red in tooth and claw. If you understand that, you'll do things differently. You won't take it so personally when you approach a girl and she tries to destroy you. It's necessary. Hot women aren't acting bitchy to you because of feminism. They're acting bitchy to you because they want to fuck you. But they can only do so after they've proved that you have a stronger frame than they do. This is instinctual. It's part of the natural order. Innate female bitchiness existed long before feminism. Testing men who approach them is encoded into female DNA. When you get bitter at hot women for testing you, you're just being as anti-nature as feminists themselves. So,
African savannah?
How about
as
anti-nature as feminists? It's like, hold on.
innate
like,
itchiness, yeah.
If you're already in the red pill, right? Like, you've already... like, that was something I knew going into it, right? Like, I wasn't gonna... the African savannah, I was like, what the fuck did Africa do to you?
Why you gotta bring that into it?
Oh my god. It just keeps going. 23. Eliminate self-destructive beliefs. Hang on. That goes against everything you just told me. There's a common myth in the seduction community that a girl who acts bitchy to your approach is fundamentally flawed, and therefore not worth pursuing. This is totally ludicrous, this whole post. In fact, it's just an incidence of sour grapes cognitive games we play with ourselves to rationalize that the grapes we can't reach are sour. The reality is that if a girl has any value whatsoever, then she will test you hard during your first approach. You know what he doesn't mention?
What?
Girls who are just down to fuck anything. Because they exist. And it kind of gives the impression that he's like, they're not worth pursuing. Because you didn't earn it.
That's a good point.
Technically, to him, I bet probably. Like, at no point does a woman's decision factor in on any of this.
No.
Yeah.
It is. You are. It's like, dog. All you got to do is go out there, and they're gonna fuck you. But you just gotta pass these tests, and all. It's like getting a license.
You just gotta stand around and keep bothering them until eventually they just decide to fuck you.
Yeah.
Which naturally should work.
Which sounds healthy, right?
24, and this is a long one. Embrace tests. Do you want a woman who says yes to every cock who comes along without putting up the slightest resistance? Oh, see?
Yes.
Or do you want a woman who actually discriminates among men based on their value, and who chose you over hundreds of other suitors because you had the highest value? If you're a normal, healthy man, you want the second woman, and that means you must logically expect her to test you hard and to test you with everything she's got. And you must not only expect tests, but appreciate them. You like it when a girl acts bitchy on your approach. It means that if you settle down with her, she's likely to act bitchy to other guys who approach her, scaring them away. The higher a woman's value in looks and character, the harder she will test you by acting boring and bitchy. This is the way it is and will be. This way and not some other way. Luckily, passing tests is the fastest way to create arousal and horniness. That means, paradoxically, the hottest women are often the easiest to seduce if you know how to pass their tests.
Sounds about right.
Yep, moving on.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got
The 2 categories of tests hot girls will give you and how to pass them.
Oh, okay, finally. Talking about what these test things are.
Women will give you two types of tests: active tests and passive tests. 25. Active tests.
Oh, great.
Active
Test
tests.
of strength.
Active tests are covered frequently in pickup artist literature. When a woman insults you, belittles you, mocks you, or says something provocative to get a reaction, or to get you to fuck off. These are all examples of active tests. Common brush-off lines, like telling you she has a boyfriend, saying you're a nice guy, telling you LJBF.
I feel like that's some like red pill lingo.
Hold on. Someone go, or John, Google LGBF or LJBF. Okay. These are also active tests. I won't talk much about passing active tests. This material has already been done to death in the red pill pickup artist world.
Be friends, sorry.
What does it say?
Let's just be friends, LJBF.
Oh my god, of course it is. Just look up anything on shit tests. Suffice to say, the best way to pass active tests is either to agree and amplify, ignore the test completely as if you didn't even hear it. Generally speaking, getting active tests is very good. If the girl's actively testing you, it means she's definitely interested. It's also a very easy way to demonstrate your strength of frame by being a charming asshole in response. I remember him earlier saying that being witty comebacks don't help.
But also, didn't an active test seem to be like she's got a boyfriend?
So here's the thing. He doesn't go any more further into what to do if she says she has a boyfriend. I'll read some comments on this after, because some of the comments are great, because some of them are people who buy into it, and other people are like, what the fuck is this? So
even people on the red pill are like that? Like, what the fuck is this?
This was back when it used to hit r/all. So people would be like, what is this? Yeah. No, it's quarantined now.
I'm glad.
Yeah. 26. How to get past her bitch shield persona and into her knickers. Recognize and endure passive tests. I know. Why would he say knickers?
He's British.
I was not picturing a British person.
Well, this was written by Maz, so.
Blimey, Kraken.
I have a villa in Florida. But there's another type of test, which is much more important to understand. This is the passive test. This is almost never covered by pickup artist red pill literature. Yet these tests are actually the most common you'll encounter, particularly when dealing with 9s and 10s. Passive testing happens when you approach a girl and she appears to be indifferent, bored, or aloof. Resting bitch-faced is a passive test. Giving you the only one-word answers is a passive test. And, my favorite, when you go to approach a hot girl and she looks at you with a face of half disgust, half horror, and runs away. Utterly brutal as it seems, yes, even that is a test. This dude gets off on being rejected.
Oh, he loves it.
What is the thrill?
Well, you know how some people are like, step on me. This dude's like that, but verbally.
Oh.
But it doesn't even seem like he's getting that same kind of kick, right? Like they're like, yes, this is enticing. We're both like consenting to it, but I do want this pain.
You use that word again. What is it? Consent?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that covered in these rules?
Pill glossary of terms. I know
I
they
actually don't know what it means.
27. Don't confuse passive test with rejection.
Despite they look very similar.
99% of guys interpret... Also, he starts using some bullshit statistics, and I want you to point them out when he does it. 99% of guys interpret... Did he do like the study on this? Does he know that he's quizzed 100
I'd
people?
love to see the research on that.
9 out of 10 dudes he asked in the room with him.
99% of guys interpret passive tests as rejection. Even natural alphas do. And that's totally understandable. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you approach a stunner and she takes one look at you before making a creeped out face to her friend, and then they run away, that's obviously a rejection, right? What if I told you that at least half the women I've slept with in my life reacted like that, or similarly badly, when I approached them? Here's a particularly good example. Yeah, I have no fucking doubt that people look at you in disgust.
Yeah,
when you
no
fucking approach
kidding.
them.
What shirt is he wearing? I wonder when he like goes to meet girls.
I'll bet he wears a shirt. I'll bet he wears a fucking Guy Fieri flame like button-up shirt.
He brings a Jordan Peterson book. Hey, it's fun.
Or he'll be at the bar
Is he-
trying to read James Joyce. Just be like,
Or, like,
interesting.
Take his fucking notes like after every interaction to add to his master list on like. Oh my god! Excuse me, I gotta write that one down.
28. Rejection is not rejection. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, no. This is a long one, so buckle in. There was this girl I went to college with. Brunette, hot, did modeling work in her spare time. Socially was one step down from a minor celebrity in my city. Probably one of the 10 or 15 hottest girls in my college. I always wanted to fuck this girl, because she seemed smart and interesting, as well as just hot. But I rarely saw her around. One day she passed me in the stairwell, and I thought, this is probably the only chance I'm ever going to get. So I approached her and blurted, "Hi, I'm Mike." Good eye contact, held my hand out to shake hers. Whatever. She looked at me like I had leprosy. I mean, she literally recoiled. Her eyes went wide in horror, as if I was trying to infect her with AIDS. She shook my hand.
Jesus.
She shook my hand limply and muttered some social nicety back, then ran away swiftly. Wow, now that's a rejection, right? Well, that story has an addendum. That woman is now my girlfriend. Has been for 3 years. She'll probably be the mother of my children. So what's going on here? So what's going on here? If she was attracted to me, which she later told me she was, why did she appear to reject me? Answering this question is the key to mastering all of game and social dynamics. You ready? Okay, here we go. I'm going to go right into it. 29. You are too high value. Yes, you read that correctly. When you're getting rejected by girls, it's because you're too high value for them. It makes them nervous and self-conscious. Stay with me here. I know this sounds paradoxical, but try to grasp it. So I'm going to file that under definitely not true.
Yeah, super not true.
Please tell me there's at least a photo of him at the end of this whole
Oh
thing.
god, I hope so.
There isn't.
Like, look at me and there isn't.
I'll bet we could find one if we looked, but I don't want to dox the dude.
I'm comfortable with that.
I don't want... Well, yeah, you are. I don't want the ire of the fucking Red Pill subreddit on my channel.
I just want, like...
Yeah.
He did post it on the Red Pill, like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he deleted his name. Let me double check.
Oh, that motherfucker.
No, it's
I hate
there.
when they fuck-
But I think it might be an alt.
He's proud of himself then. Okay.
So, yeah, first off, a minor celebrity in my town, that's not a thing.
Mm-mm.
No, you're full of shit. And then also, he says, like, she did some modeling work. It's like, yeah, of course she did. Yeah.
Sure.
And then 10 or 15 hottest girls in my college. It's like, well, what? Not the hottest. So she's a minor celebrity, did modeling work, but is only in the top 10 or 15. There's some flaws here. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but some of this stuff isn't sounding quite right.
Doesn't line up.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about like lonely dudes.
Who are reading
Going on
this
the-
thinking it's true?
That's
Yeah.
all I think about with this stuff is
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, that's why we're here to tell you guys no. No, 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 no.
But like, so I think it was an H Bomber guy video where he did like a deep
Okay.
dive into pickup artists, and they like he was saying like he was reading their books. And he was like whenever they reference sex, they only reference it in like the weirdest, grossest like surgical details, and never in like a yes, we had sex and I enjoyed it and I got my nut and I was good. Like it's always like, oh, sex is just when your dick enters her vagina and you dominate her. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Like the whole like one guy's book was just all about how to get there, and then he had like one sentence describing like actually what it's like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that. Imagine if someone's like, hey, let's get drunk. And then they tell you all the ways to get the alcohol. And then it's just like, yep, now you're drunk and now you're just going to die slowly. Like, that's what it sounds like in my mind. Like, what is the point of all of this?
It just sounds so miserable too. Like I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I just like to imagine that once they get there, they pump for about a minute, if that, and then they're just like, all right, done. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
No, but even-
too much charge. They just, you know.
but even that, I'm like, what's the point?
So we've got more. We got more rules.
Oh, God. Oh, great.
So number 30. Women are nervous around you. When you approach a woman out of the blue, it demonstrates a lot of value, more than you probably realize. This is because 97% of guys don't approach at all. There's those statistics.
97%, huh?
Yeah. Mhm. Those who do are usually drunk and sloppy. That means if you're an average to fair-looking guy, oh well, hold on, I didn't have to be average before. It didn't matter what I looked at because I'm a man and I have a frame. If you're an average to fair-looking guy, and you cold approach a girl, you just put yourself in the top 3% of men in terms of confidence. In other words, she's going to naturally assume that you are an alpha male, whether this is true or not.
Oh,
This
God.
makes
I'm
her-
a top 3.
This makes her nervous and self-conscious. She's ill at ease around you because she wants to make a good impression. She tries to act cool, aloof, and standoffish because she feels awkward. She says bitchy things because she can't think of anything else to say. She run aways because she feels anxious around you and doesn't know what to do next. In other words, you're coming across as too high value. Women are nervous around you. Be patient with them. Dumb yourself down. Hold frame. Tease them. Keep smiling warmly. Eventually they'll open up and start laughing, flirting back, ultimately getting turned on by the fact you outframe them in a way no other man ever has. This feels like a guide for serial killers on how to
This sounds like
pick
a
up their
guy-
victims.
A guide for Street Fighter by counting frames.
This sounds...
Did he say dumb himself down to you? Is that
Hold
oh,
frame,
that's-
tease them, smile warmly. You know.
That's great.
They,
Respectful.
he also like the weirdest thing that like about Red Pill and like all the pickup shit is they always frame like talking to another human being is this arduous task.
Yeah,
That's
because you wouldn't want to do it normally. Especially a
But al-
woman. Are you kidding me? What if she's a
But al-
feminist?
but also like how do they operate at work?
do
I've
anything.
seen some red pill types operate at work, and they're just quiet and do their stuff, and then they'll complain a lot.
But I don't know. I work
Hey.
with majority women, so I'm like, I don't know. I'm not saying your boy Carlos is a sweet talker and can pick up any lady. I can just communicate effectively with other strangers.
I can talk to a woman. It's an amazing skill I have that the
I
red
thi-
pill can't
yeah.
teach you.
They've got to be so anxious that they like can't speak to someone unless they have the structure. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's not even
this
that,
is
it's
what
like-
they're craving.
So they just like can't speak, and they're just like sitting there like leering at this girl, and now this thing's telling them not to go away.
Yeah,
Like stay, keep leering. It's like no, don't do that.
like they need rules because the idea of not having rules freaks them out. I don't know because there
I
are
think-
no rules to this other than like don't.
Consent.
Yeah, like
So,
yeah, get consent.
all right, so we can go whole wide with it in a little bit. We got bonus: the 6 most common tests hot girls will give you, and how to pass them in a way that builds attraction. So first off, this is the final 6, but he calls it a bonus. And also, I would like you guys to do the math of what is 30 plus 6.
36.
What is the title of this post?
37.
Yep.
You can't math.
Yep.
All the stats are wrong.
Also, if he was one short, why did he go for 37? You didn't need. That's not a good number. That's like
Yeah.
25, sure. 30, sure.
Oh god. Needs an editor.
Yeah, he definitely does. So yeah, number
He
one.
needs a friend.
This
Number-
poor kid.
31. You approach her, say hi. She makes a weird face, pretends to ignore you. Simply keep talking as if you expect her to talk back. She's nervous and self-conscious and doesn't know what to say. That's why she's acting bitchy. You're too high value for her, and she feels anxious, causing her to try to act cool. Don't react to her. Keep your body language open and relaxed. Warm smile, unwavering eye contact. Keep talking. Eventually she'll start talking back and responding positively. No. Number 2, you're talking to a girl and she acts indifferent or aloof, or gives you one-word answers, or keeps looking off in the distance. Again, you simply have to endure it. Keep talking, keep being playful. Teasing her a little bit never hurts either. Are you sure are you this charming with all the guys? This bitchy cheerleader persona you're putting on is really turning me on. Please keep it going. Winky face. This isn't even done, but when she sees you're not going to go away so easily, her frame will crack. She'll start to smile. Attraction. That is some of the creepiest, cringiest fucking lines I've ever heard, by the way.
So, when my sister came to visit me on her birthday, like she was
She recoiled because I said we couldn't match up.
No, but like, you're hilarious.
Should I have pursued your sister more, Carlos?
No, that's super creepy. But
you don't want me to be your brother-in-law?
No, we're close enough.
That's true.
So my sister is a fairly attractive woman. She has an Instagram, and like I was on her phone like fucking around, and
Oh no, not again.
no, not like going through that. But I clicked on the Instagram app because I'm like, why do you have so many notifications? And then she was just like, just look at them, and it's just dudes talking to themselves in her inbox, and she never responds. She's like, I've never spoken to these dudes. They just keep sending me messages. And I'm like, have you ever like told them like, why do you do this? And he goes, yeah, I did one time. And he goes, because why not? And I'm like, nigga, help me. Help. What? I don't understand. Like
Yeah, reality for a lot.
maybe because I grew up with my sister that like whenever I've ever slid in the DMs and I got no response.
With your sister?
Yeah.
Making sure.
Separate those.
There's a comma there.
Okay.
When I go in and I get no response, I'm like, oh, well, she probably looked at my profile and was like, damn, he ugly. And I was like, all right, on to the next one.
Yeah.
Sorry I wasted your time. But like,
these guys
I'm not
are just determined.
They're like, it's weeks. And I'm like, dog, I'd understand maybe sending a second one. Like, oh, maybe she missed that first one. But you, like...
So, this would be a good time to bring it up. I hang out with Catherine a good amount, and before she found her boyfriend, Tag, which is an amazing name.
Oh.
Fuck that guy's name, man.
I know, I hate it. He's such a nice guy, though. I can't hate him. He's a really, really, really nice guy, but his name is fucking stupid. But she would show me, like, her Tinder stuff, and it would be, like, there would be guys who would just, like, message every day for months. Just being like, hey, you know, oh, hey. And there'd be some, it was like if she had like one like bad date with her, it'd be some where like she never did anything. And they would like, it's the same like tenacity where it's like, my thing is like, why not go to another girl? Are you doing this with like 10 girls at once? Like,
yeah.
I'm just like, Jesus Christ, guys, let go. Fuck's sake, it's not going to change.
So many better things to do with your time, yeah.
And it's just like,
get a hobby.
But then I was like, why don't you just like block them? And she was like, I don't want it to get worse if they like try and come at me like more vehemently on like my different social media or stuff like that. And
yeah.
I was like, why is that a real fear? Guys, back the fuck up. Stop. Let it go.
Toxic masculinity.
Number 3. You're talking to a girl and she leaves to go to the bathroom. Says, I have to go find my friends, or runs away for no apparent reason. Let her go, then reapproach her later. I can't tell you how many girls have run off on me. Then I approach them half an hour later, and they're like, oh, it's you. But he says it, like, enthusiastically, where I'm sure it's really like, oh, it's you.
Or like, oh, God, it's you.
And then we hook up. Why do women leave? Again, they're nervous. Have you ever approached a hot girl and things were going too well? The girl is smiling and laughing. She's responding well, and you freak out. You don't know what else to do, but you don't want to fuck up, so you leave set. Girls do this too. Women will run out of things to say and run away because they're nervous and overwhelmed by being in a high-value person's presence, same as guys will. Let her go, then reapproach her next time you see her. She'll respond extremely well, 90% of the time in my experience. She'll literally be grateful to you that you gave her another chance. Women have told me this explicitly.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely believe that one. Also, 90%. That's the same as Carlos's patented 9 out of 10 times.
All right.
Listen, 9 out of 10 times, I say 9 out of 10 times. I get it.
I never did anything to deserve that. But
oh, also, I forgot to mention, I didn't match. I saw Carlos's sister on Tinder, and I was like, I sent the screenshot to you.
Which way did you swipe?
I swept left because Melissa is
guy.
a very intimidating person, and I could not handle her.
Oh, okay.
my sister's.
She would eat me
Your
alive.
value, your frame.
Think Carlos, think Carlos, but so much meaner.
Oh God.
Yeah, my sister does not. She don't like
Your
games.
sister doesn't fuck around.
Yeah.
She grew up with you. She would hate me. We have the same sense of humor. Like it wouldn't
This
work.
is true. This is true. She
Number
has a
5.
very strong frame.
She has a much stronger frame.
She
than I
needs
do.
it with those Instagram messages.
I didn't realize this until I saw her again. She's tiny too.
Yeah, that's why she fights.
she definitely would. Number 5. You're talking to a woman and there's an uncomfortably long lull in the conversation. Okay, this is a one sentence, and I'm gonna get through it. Okay. Stare into her left pupil while saying nothing. Instant sexual tension. That's the end of it.
Why her left?
So you're talking to a woman and there's an uncomfortably long lull in the conversation. Stare into her left pupil while saying nothing. Instant sexual tension.
Jesus.
Or you look like a fucking psychopath.
I think these women are having sex with him out of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's forgetting the part where he fucking ties them up and takes them home.
Don't exist. I mean, we all know it.
Yeah, they don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely that. I'm hoping they don't exist.
Yeah.
At least that, like.
These poor women.
Number 6. You approach a woman or a group of women and they attempt to mock or belittle you. They're nervous around you because you're the alpha male in the environment, as demonstrated by the fact that you approached. They feel uncomfortable with your presence because you're too high value. So they're trying to maintain frame by making nervous jokes. Smile, nod, agree, and keep talking to them as if they were being perfectly nice to you. If you act like they're being civil, eventually their frame will buckle to yours, and they actually will begin to act civil. That's the nature of having a stronger frame. You create reality. Other people just adjust themselves to it.
Oh God. Nervous for a reason.
Yeah, that's because you're terrifying them. All right, there's a too long didn't read, but I think that was already very long, and I did read it, so I'm not going to read that part.
How did he sum up his own thing? Like, what was the essence?
It's not. It's literally just more repetition. Number 1, women value you because you have a stronger frame than them. That's all. Number 2, to figure out if you've got a strong frame, women test you. The tests come in form of indifference, bitchiness, aloofness, personal insults, etc. Number 3, you don't have to do much to pass these tests. You just have to endure them. Keep talking to her, teasing her a little, being normal. Over time, her frame will buckle and you'll become aroused by you because she sees you have a strong frame that can't be pushed around. 4, attraction is a passive, not an active process. You attract hot girls by outframing them. You outframe them by enduring their tests without it breaking your frame. Eventually, they buckle to you and become wet, laugh at your jokes, ask you what you're doing later, etc. Then you could take her hand and lead her to the sex location and she'll be compliant. That sounds horrible.
Compliant.
Oh my God.
Compliant.
Oh my God.
Sex location. Take her by the hand. Jesus Christ.
This is not.
Number 5, the hotter the woman, the harsher will be her tests. Paradoxically, they can make hotter women easier to attract because if you can endure tests, you stand out massively from other guys. Compared to an average girl, her tests won't be as hard. You'll have to pass more of them to spend more time with her before she can see you're strong. And that's it.
One thing that's like back to what John said about the gamification of this. I'm like, do these motherfuckers not even watch movies with dudes in them? Like, actually, they don't watch romance movies because that's too feminine. Like,
So, at the bottom it says, if you found this guide helpful, you might like my blog. Start with my most popular post, The Ultimate Guide to Same-Day Sex.
Oh, I would love to see his blog.
And then I opened it, and there's a woman. All right, let me just copy and paste this to you guys.
Thank you.
because I cannot adequately describe it, and I'm not going to link it.
That's fair.
His
Oh.
blog is called insurgentmedia.tv.
Yeah, that's gonna get you on the no-fly list real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get away from that
Oh God.
because you have to enter your name and email before you can even get into the website. So no, thank you.
Oh, we're gonna put my work email.
No, I'm not. That can be a different time. All right, you guys ready for some comments?
What's the
So here's the issue.
Sorted by controversial.
So, well, here's the issue with this. A lot of these comments are removed or deleted, so it's just like people responding to them.
Oh.
So, like, the first comment is removed, and then it says, tests equals investment. You wouldn't invest in something you find valueless.
Oh, wow.
God.
Okay, and then, let me see. So that's that one. Next one is removed. Very good and insightful post. No. 2 questions, though. What does a real rejection look like? The post seems to suggest that all rejections are a test. And with the boyfriend excuse, is it best to just abandon set after that or keep trying? How can you tell if it's true or not while not wasting time? And someone says, rejection is her leaving and not coming back. And then someone below that says, nah, that's a test too. She wants to see if you have the balls to break into her apartment at night. And then someone says, then after you break into her room and she resists your advances, it's a test to see if you're man enough to rape her. After the rape, you win. Followed by, most people stop there. Most people are wrong. That's the final test. She wants to know that she wants to know that you know that most women, people really, will stab you in the back given the chance. She will most likely call the police on you after you leave. You pass the test by murdering her and hiding her body in a nearby river. Every night she'll appear to you in your dreams, giving you a sort of spiritual hug that emphasizes adoration for the only real man she ever knew, the man who passed all the tests. My favorite part about that comment is how accurately he captured the author's voice. It made it sound like it was part of the guide.
Do these motherfuckers listen to love songs? Like a love song.
Yeah, blurred lines. One of the best posts I've read on this site. Clear, concise, simple explanations for nearly every situation that I can recount with hot women. Hot thumbs up. And then the guy responds, wow, thanks, that means a lot. And then this is a deleted comment, but the guy responds to it and says, haha, good point. Long story short, I added her on Facebook a couple months later. We got to talking. I sent her some light flirty banter. Asked her to come get a drink with me. She flaked on me. I asked her again and she met with me. We hooked up that night and I've been together ever since. That's apparently his model tier girlfriend, is that he added her on Facebook like a fucking creep. And then, here's a good one. Stare into her left pupil while saying nothing. Instant sexual tension. And it says, lol, this sub is a fucking trip.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's yeah.
It worries
Original
me.
Reddit post.
And then, physiologically, girls can't even become wet for a guy who has a weaker frame than they do. It's literally impossible. And then someone goes, that's some delusional shit right there. And then, yes, this bit is traveling into religious territory, but the rest of the post is good. No. That guy was so close to realizing. He was almost free.
I'm glad it got to all, so people are like calling him out on his shit.
The red pill logic seems to be, bitch gives positive response. She's into you. Bitch gives negative response. She's into you. Bitch files a restraining order and reports you for sexual harassment. Equals shit test alert, guys.
I'm more concerned about, like, to get it back to video games since we're a video game channel. Like, is this what, like, kids are learning from video games in a sense? Like,
I think, yeah.
Like, there's rules and there's formats to interaction with people.
Right way. Like, there's, like, this is the way.
I like, good lord. And also, I feel like, because I've heard, like, I'm not going to say these exact things, but I've heard other sketchy, like, the red pill is a special brand of toxic masculinity where it's, like, the most hardest of the hardcore. What did John just upload? Warning,
Oh, sorry.
Did you sign up for this?
Playing cached versions of his site, and I found this video, and this is on that site. Disclaimer says,
Cubby nerd who still lives with his parents discovers the secret to banging hundreds of hot girls. Can these 7 hypnotic words really make any woman your sex slave? Is that the ad?
I think that's the banner ad, but read the
Warning,
warning
following
in the
video exposes a top-secret Illuminati mind control technique used by world leaders, billionaires, and corrupt politicians to turn innocent women into brainwashed sex slaves. Yeah, he seems like the kind of 17-year-old who would click on that kind of post.
For
yeah,
sure.
let me click on that.
Oh, you trying to learn?
Yeah, trying to see what happens. I just
God, I kept playing. I'm sorry. Hold on.
I mean, did you guys learn anything today?
yeah.
You voiced it over too.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
I learned. This here, I'll send you the link.
So
Wow.
this post was post was 10 months ago, and it was the last thing he posted.
I bet.
But he must have other things before that.
7 innocent words.
Oh, hold on.
I'm
hold on.
upset
Wait,
I can't skip.
Wait, he posted another thing that said, oh my god. Before he posted that, there was another one he posted. Get hard when you hear the word no. The truth about rejection and getting a 10.
Whoa.
I fucking called it.
But this guy, like this video, I clicked more, and it's how to build your own sex slave, and it's literally him. He said, "Hi, I'm Mike. Whatever." Like,
How does his voice sound?
He sped up his voice.
are you listening to?
Yeah.
I'm not doing any of this.
For sure.
I refuse to look at this. I don't want that on my record.
He could be killed for exposing it.
What are you fucking...
Talking about the CIA and this shit is fucked.
He also posted...
Yeah.
He posted to r/seduction, how to date out of your league and get 9s and 10s. Part 2, the controversy returns. And then it's just like a different version of this post.
Yikes.
And then...
I don't know how you solve this problem. Like, I guess it's just more guys saying like, don't do this shit.
Yeah. And like
just being like, this dude's fucking wrong and is lying
And a
to you.
loser, and like,
And
yeah.
pretty fucking crazy.
also having conversation, telling people how to frame what they should look for in relationships.
Yeah.
Also, I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. Women are fucking people. And if you're the kind of person who is like, if she doesn't have
I'm
sex...
gonna need some data on that, Nick.
If you're the kind of person...
89% of women.
If you're the kind of person who's like, if she doesn't have sex with me and she just wanted to be friends, then she's not worth it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Make some friends, you dipshit. Like, maybe you could use them and expand your worldview. I hate the term friend zone. It's like, oh man,
Yeah, I do.
all I got
get
is
it
this
for the
person
same
that
reason.
cares about me and, you know, I can talk to and stuff, but she won't fuck me. And it's
Or
like,
it's
dude,
like, yeah.
what? Why is this a fucking bad thing? Like,
I just like calling them ugly. It's hilarious.
But
You're only
then-
in the friend zone because you're ugly. That's
but yeah, for real, like, make some friends. It's fine.
Yeah.
They can give you advice on how to get with other chicks.
also
And-
don't stress out about it. That's like literally.
The thing is like,
that too. There's no like societal like requirements to bang everyone you can. It's like just fucking do what's natural.
oh, there's
Don't
no
feel
list.
there's
that's
there's
gonna
nothing
get you
wrong with
there.
going. There's nothing wrong with going like Tinder or OkCupid. There's nothing wrong with going and trying to meet girls in bars. There is no like definitive way to do it.
Actually, Nick,
Shut
for
up.
$10 a month, I can tell you how to get women. Get more confident.
But yeah, just fucking relax. There's no pressure. If it doesn't happen, you know, pick yourself up, try again. Don't
Yeah.
Remember to
make
ask
don't make
consent?
consent. Don't make anyone feel uncomfortable. Just make
Don't
sure
be a
everyone
dick.
is on board.
Yeah.
Any other closing thoughts, guys? Because we've been doing this for over an hour because there was so much to go through.
Oh, good lord.
know.
On the
Remember
red
to-
pill or the incel subreddit, just maybe get off Reddit.
Yeah.
Is not the place for you.
Get off
Enjoy
Reddit.
other art forms.
I would also add 4chan if you're like deep memeing on 4chan.
Or chance you, yeah.
Get
Read books by women. Watch some movies by women.
I would just say like,
Like-
go outside for not saying going outside. I wouldn't tell anyone to do that. That's awful.
Yeah.
Sounds
Go outside
tragic.
just
the
like-
world a little bit.
Just
like,
get off Reddit in general for a bit. Get off 4chan in general for a bit. Try and, you know,
do something different.
look
like,
up some different stuff. Find a different hobby. change your life up a little bit, just slightly. I'm not saying like fucking go out and hit the fucking gym. Ugh, I don't give a shit. You don't have to do that. Just take care of yourself, basic hygiene, and learn to have a conversation with someone. It's okay. It's okay to talk to people. You don't have to just be like, how's it going? Oh, she didn't fuck me.
Relatable.
Yeah. All right, well.
Bitchiness is not a thing.
Yeah.
I think we did it.
All right, we've cured it. We've stopped it.
We've cured it. We've cured toxic masculinity.
We defeated the red pill. It was that easy.
Next week, cancer. All right, guys. See you later. Have a good one.
All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? Just a quick shout out to the December 2018 Patreon subs, donators, whatever you want to call it. For tax reasons subs. Thank you to ErtRev and Stuff with Scoutfly for $1. Stuff with Scoutfly, brand new this month. My friend Justin from GameStop. You should check out his channel. Carlos Lopes with the $2. Fuck that guy. Azure with the $3. Thank you. Maz, Happy Lamp, Jacker. I always forget Happy's full name. Maz, Happy, and Norm P with the $5. Thank you guys. Sir ENIAC and Connor Soverwall with the 10, and the man. And John, the man, the myth, the legend, Barnett with the 15. You guys rock. Thank you all so much. Literally going straight to my car insurance. So thank you. But yeah, so special announcement this month. Continuing, just for those who don't know, if you're a Patreon sub, you get to watch videos early, unless I put it straight out. So right now, I can't have concrete numbers on what's already out. But there'll probably be a few Let's Go EVs, a few Tag Force parts, a few just miscellaneous videos and stuff like that. So just videos I gotta start going down my list and doing. But the biggest announcement by far is starting this month, I'm gonna be doing Let's Play Digimon World Redigitized Season 2. And you're like, oh, Nick, you've already played that. No shit, that's why I said Season 2. Fucking keep up, let's go. So what it is just me Let's Playing Digimon World Redigitized. It's been a few years since I've played it. And I'm going to release one part every Friday. So the first one is like January 3rd or 4th, whenever the fuck. I didn't check the date. I don't know. It's not the first. I know that much. And then, every Friday. But if you're a Patreon sub, you can watch all of them immediately. And I know right now there's at least 3 or 4. So you can go into that. And you may be thinking like, oh, cool. I mean, you're playing Digimon again. What's so special about it? I will tell you what's so special about it. I'm going back to form. When I started this channel, when I started doing videos, I would basically play a game in the background, usually Digimon, and just shoot the fucking shit. I wouldn't talk about anything, like nothing specific. And I kind of strayed away from that for a couple of reasons. My life got real fucking depressing, and I didn't want to like condemn you. I didn't want to like bring you guys down. And I don't know. It's harder to do that, to be honest. It's harder to just be like, here's some interesting stories. It's easier to just be like, oh, here's this thing that's going on in the game and talking about the game. I'm not saying the other videos are bad, but if you're like, man, I kind of feel like Nick has kind of shifted away a little bit, or, I kind of like the old Digimon videos better, this is probably why. So I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to do this with Digimon Redigitized for at least a little bit. I talk about it more in the first video. I'm going to do it for a good amount, and then when Digimon Survive comes out, I'll switch over to that, and then when that's over, I'll switch back to this, and then after that, maybe I'll play another Digimon game, maybe I'll play a game like Okami or Paper Mario, because my favorite games don't get enough love on this channel, which is fucked up. This is my channel. Why the fuck don't you guys like the games I like? So yeah, this Patreon outro is a little bit long, but this is also my new way of putting like general announcements. So, come on Patreon sub, watch that shit early right now. And if you're like, I don't know, maybe it won't be that good, watch part 1. It comes out early January. And if you're like, Nick, you use this outro for the entire month, so I'm watching this on like January 20th, then great, you've got at least like 2 or 3 videos. Fucking watch those, and then you can watch even more, and so on and so forth. Stop bothering me. Also, I got new posters, but that's it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you very much again. You guys are amazing.